Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Psalm 150 Talk Show. My name is John, aka The Blind Fury, and you can find me at www.theblindfury.com. Now, if you want a chance to be on this show, all you have to do is go to my website, click on the Psalm 150 Talk Show, pick out the artist that you want to talk to, and then join us on the date and time appointed. That's all there is to it. If you have any questions, drop us an email at psalm150@theblindfury.com. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
He thought he'd make it, he was ready now to take control. Took his daddy's money, took his freedom, and he walked out the door. Ooh, they say what life will bring. End up as a pawn or a mighty king. Now you find the things you wanted, all the things that cost you your soul. Whoa. Your life ain't over when the money runs out. Just say the words, let the spirit cry out. I've been away so long. I can see I was wrong to keep on living like this life I live won't cost me at all. I wish I knew then what I know now, 'cause it caused me to fall. Whoa. There's a time when you realize there must be something better than this hollow life. Sometimes the grass it isn't greener on the other side. Yeah. My life ain't over, I'm just turning around. I heard the word and my spirit cried out. I've been away so long. I can see I was wrong. I was wrong. It's always fun with my own. I wanna go back home. Go back home. Come on. All right. I wanna thank you for the second chances. 'Cause every time I turn away, you understand. And if it wasn't for your love, I'd never make it. 'Cause now I stand here as a human broken man. Your life ain't over when the money runs out. Just say the word, let the spirit cry. Come on. You gotta take me home. I wanna go back home. I've been away so long. I can see I was wrong. It's no one's fault but my own. I wanna go back home. I wanna go back home.
Woo! All right, everybody.
That was
Welcome
awesome.
to the Psalm 150 Talk Show. I am John, your host for the night, aka The Blind Fury. And you can check me out at www.theblindfury.com. And I am, as always, assisted by my gorgeous, gorgeous assistant, aka my wife, Tanya. Say hello, Tanya.
Hello, everyone.
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to give you a quick rundown so you know who you're dealing with. Like I said, I am legally blind. My wife helps me behind the scenes a little bit with people coming in and entering and those types of things. And I am a Christian inspirational motivational speaker and an author. I've written a book called Stop Your Whining, Legally Blind with 20/20 Vision. And I run a marriage ministry called Marital Monkey, and we do workshops on Monday nights to help build marriages and relationships. So if anybody's interested in that, just go to my website, check it out. We're both relationship coaches and bereavement coaches. My wife is also the head of a ministry called Heart Restored, which is geared specifically for women. So anything like that you can find on my website. So with that, you guys didn't come to talk to me. You came to talk to John. So we would love to welcome Mr. John Schlitt from Petra. John, welcome in and thanks for joining us.
Hi, John. Hi, Tanya.
Hello, John.
Did you like that, John?
Hey, listen, I thought you did a great job, buddy. And say I did read your book, and it was amazing.
Well, thank you.
I loved it. Your story and how you did it with humor, and it was actually, for the negative that happened, you made it very positive. It was a very cool book. I loved it.
Well, thank you. Well, if anybody's interested in that, when you go to my website, I take donations only for it. So whatever you can afford is what I take. If you're not comfortable, there's a link to Amazon on there, but I don't want anybody to not have it who wants it. So if you can't afford it, but you still want it, as long as you're in the United States, send me a message on the website and it'll be sent to you. So with that, we have obviously John Schlitt's here to hang out with us and talk to you guys, answer your questions. And I always like starting off the shows with a story. And John had no idea this was coming. I was a little distracted because before we got on the live portion of it, he said, will you play a video of me when everybody comes in so I could just watch myself? So
I did not.
He would not.
I did not.
So,
no, he did not.
I don't have a ton of stories per se, but what I will say is I've been around John enough between either in person, phone calls, whatever. This guy goes out of his way to shine his light that with the platform God's given him. And I even told him one day how much I appreciated that because you don't find that in Christian music a lot of times. And that's truly a shame because in Christian music, they think they're not I'm speaking in minor majority. Don't go, John, just hold on with me. I don't know if you caught what I said there, but
yeah, I did, buddy. Thank you so much.
So you know what I'm alluding to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't catch it.
Oh, it's okay. We're not talking about it tonight. But anyway, John has gone out of his way for me. He's gone out of his way for others that I have personally witnessed. And just a genuine, humble, good dude that did not take his gift for granted or lift himself up on a pedestal because he thought it was better than everybody else. And I've been around him enough to know the last few years to know that he is one of the most genuine guys I've met in Christian music. So it's an honor to have him here and joining us tonight. And I really hope that not only are you guys blessed to talk to him, but he's blessed by it. So with that, John, was that right? Did I say what you wanted me to say?
Yeah, I'll send you the money later, buddy.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure because I get sidetracked. I don't know if I said everything you told me.
And that $50 is worth every dollar.
That's right.
50?
And not only is he humble.
I'm sorry. Did I say 100? I'm sorry.
No, you said 20, but I'm taking the 50.
Oh my goodness.
So let's go over the rules really fast. I haven't checked to see how many we have here, but I expect there to be some transition in and out. So on our first rounds, what we do is let everybody talk who wants to. On your first time, try to make it about 30, 45 seconds. Say what you want to say hello, ask your questions, whatever. And then once everybody gets the chance to talk, then we'll go back around and we can extend it a little bit and just kind of play it by ear from there. But right now we're shooting for 90 minutes to do this. So whoever wants to go first and talk to John, take off. You're up. Make sure you unmute your microphone.
Try to stay muted if you're not talking, just because there's always background noise that.
Are you talking to me or everybody else? Because that's what she tells me all the time, to stay muted.
Talking to everybody else.
All right. Who's up? Tell us who you are and where you're from.
Yep.
Oh, come on, somebody. Let's go now.
Okay, John, I'll get some all stirred up.
There you go.
Okay.
Who is that?
Ron Rockstar.
Oh, hey, Ron.
Hold on one second, Kimberly.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Ron, and then we'll go to Kimberly.
And by the way, Tanya, it's great to see you here as well as always. And John, and both of you, Tanya and John, you guys, when I think about great couples and people, I always think of you guys, and you're both a blessing.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Brother John, great to see you again, man.
Good to see you too, buddy. It was like yesterday, right?
Almost feels like that. I just wanted to quickly share with you, John, and of course, anyone else tonight who's joining us, a little bit of a congratulations to go out to all of us. And I say all of us, because John, as of, I think it was 2 days ago, the Petra Beyond Belief reunion interview that we did, we are now over 10,000 views.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Very cool, buddy. Thank you.
That's
Okay,
because
and-
Bob Hartman was on it.
John? I
Behave,
don't,
John.
buddy, if you want me to stay on this program, you better be what? Be careful.
Tell him to behave. Behave.
Man.
I don't know if I can kick him out or not. Behave, John.
Ron,
Not
that
only-
was a great interview, buddy. It was a chance for all the whole team, to quote the dream team, to get together, which was fun. That's always fun to bring back all the old guy. And I don't mean, I can say old because I'm older than everybody. All the old guys back and be able to talk about the plus and more of the plus memories. I don't think we did have any negatives. I think it was just fun to see everybody together again.
And I'm still getting, you know, and if it means something to you, John, as well, I'm not only are we at over 10,000 views, but I am still getting, honestly, like a couple of messages every once in a while from people who are still being blessed just by watching that interview. And some of them are going back and saying, oh my goodness, you know, that really blessed my life. They changed my life. You know, just hearing all these positive things coming out from it from people, people still wanting to, believe it or not, John, I wasn't going to say this, but I'll just throw it out there because I'm mentioning it. I've had so many people that are willing to start the GoFundMe for the backing of the tour. I'm not even joking. That's real.
Oh, well,
You'd be surprised.
that's nice, Ryan. Thank you, bud.
We're sharing. You know, just sharing
John,
good.
where's this interview? Because I don't think I've seen this interview. Where can we find this interview?
I was about to say to Ron, why don't you go get the link and put it in the chat so people can copy it?
That's a great idea.
Okay, I'll do that. And Tanya, you and I are friends on Facebook too, so I can always send it to you and John
Okay.
also in
All right,
a
thank
PM
you.
as well. So, and I'll leave you, John, just one last thing before we go on to some other people, because I want other people to talk to you as well. John, look at this blast from the past. Almost nobody has this. It is a Petra
Oh, yes.
Beyond Belief official water bottle.
Wow.
I signed many of those, buddy. God bless felt pins. That's the only thing that would work. Very cool, bud.
That's
So there you go. So
All right.
I'll let somebody ask you some questions in case I got something else for later on, but I want to have
Oh, yeah.
everybody have a chance.
Yeah,
to
we'll
talk
make our
to John.
rounds. Yeah, we'll make our rounds. So
Go
again,
ahead,
everybody.
Kimberly.
Yeah,
Kimberly,
Kimberly's up. Kimberly, where you from?
I'm from Oklahoma City. I originally came from Moore, but I saw you in 5th grade with a concert with my sister's boyfriend, and she took me and a friend there. And one of my other friends, he had worked setting up your stage thing when you came to Oklahoma City. And what I mostly like is I like a lot of your older songs because they still influence me today, even though they're old. I still feel I can relate to them today. Many of the songs that I have got a whole playlist of different songs, but
Well, I think it's probably. I think they're anointed. I think they're anointed. I think that I think they're timeless. And I can say that, Kimberly, because I didn't write most of them. You know, Bob Hartman is absolutely. I think he's been gifted of God as far as a Christian writer, especially a Christian rock writer. I don't think there's anybody better when it comes down to really getting the word into a exciting mode and I was always very blessed to be able to sing those songs. So I'm so glad that you're still listening to them, and it's always been a blessing to be part of that ministry. And hopefully when I started doing my solo ministry, I didn't try to keep up in that vein, in the Petra vein. I tried to take my songs into a direction that would be a blessing also, but never get in the way of Petra's style. So I'm glad that Petra has blessed you, Carol. Praise God.
So where do you think you'll go next with your ministry? Have you ever gone to Asia yet, or mostly
To
Spanish?
Asia, I've been to India several times. Have not been to China or Japan. I'm not. Those are probably the only two places that if I wanted to go somewhere, that might be it. But I would love. I have not been to Asia enough. I really haven't. Only because we haven't been asked officially, by a promoter, and that's the only way that we can do that, because it involves such a team effort that I can't just go, I'm going to go here this week. It doesn't work that way,
Okay.
So if I'm ever invited, I guarantee you I'll be there in many different ways. I could be either as a solo artist, doing my stuff and Petra's stuff, or I could do. There's just so many different things, but it all depends on the budget, the will of whoever wants to promote me, but I'm always available, kiddo. There is no such thing as retirement in the word. So as long as God gives me a voice and allows me to do what I do, I will be doing it. So never say never. I may see you soon.
Okay. I've seen a link on Facebook where they, because North Korea, they're pretty bad over there about persecuting Christians and stuff.
Yes.
And I saw the link where you can donate for people to get Bibles over there.
Yes.
It was on Facebook and everything. So I actually never went to Korea. My grandfather did. And I didn't even, when I went to northern Japan, I didn't realize, that he had served in that same area until I got a letter from him. And then my brother, he was down south on a ship in the Navy while I was up north. I think if we had visited each other, we probably would have done a little better. But my brother retired now, and he's in Virginia with 3 kids and everything. So, but everything's good. So,
Well,
but wherever we go next,
I was able to go to South Korea, and that was a beautiful culture. Like I said, I'd love to be in Japan. It's just a very interesting culture. The music, my newest record called Go, actually is distributed there. There's some interest of that record. I don't know if there's ever going to be enough interest to where it would allow me to go to Japan, but it's God's plan. It's part of God, whatever God wants. If the door's open, I'll be there.
All right.
yeah, they had, I think Hootie and the Blowfish come there when I was still up north in northern Japan.
Mhm.
So they do, they can do it on base or off base with missionaries that are already there, or, you could check into it. So,
Okay, thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
thanks, Kimberly. We'll make more rounds and you can speak some more once everybody has their chance. So we're going to go on to the next one, and I'm going to call the names out. So if you want to talk, be ready to unmute because I have the list right in front of me. So next up will be Lucas, and he is from Germany. Lucas,
Yes,
you are
he
up.
is. Lucas is a buddy of mine.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Lucas.
Hello,
Hey, buddy, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Lucas and I recorded on one of his records.
Yep.
Yeah.
See.
I sang a song I tried to sing a song in German. It wasn't a pretty thing, I don't think. Lucas was very kind, saying, "Oh, this was good." I don't know if it was or not, but Lucas, it's good. It's good to see you, my friend.
German is maybe more difficult than Chinese.
I think you're probably right.
But to make promotion, this is the CD.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, John, I'll have to tell you, I'm sitting here preparing, and I get this. Oh, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm getting a private message on my Facebook account, and it's Lucas saying, "Give me a few minutes to join the show. I'm preparing my Petra room for John." So he was all getting set for you.
First of all, I want to say greetings from my wonderful mother. She's 86, and she says greetings to John with a heart.
Oh, tell her I am very blessed. This made my night. Thank you.
Yeah, and she loves you. Our family loves you.
Thank you, Lucas. Wow, that is so cool. And look, hey, those are good looking pictures back there, buddy. Man, that's quite a collection. I'm liking what I see.
You know, I can't even see it, and I know exactly what he's talking about. You got anything else, Lucas?
Last time I was not really prepared because I was sleeping, because it's really at night here in Germany. And I thought this might be a bit better.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're able to stay up, buddy.
All right. Okay, Lucas, we'll get back to you, buddy.
Yeah.
So up next would be Mandy. Do you want to say anything, Mandy?
Oh, goodness. John Schlitt, I became a Petra fan when you first joined the group, and you were so dynamic. You took command of the stage, your voice, your performance overall was just impeccable. And you became a family name. And we became obsessed Petra fans, more so a fan of yours. And there was one year, 93, my dad took us to a concert, and he wore the same clothes you wore in the Sight Unseen video, and got the cross and everything because he wanted to impress me, because he knew I was a big aficionado. And you and Petra played a really big part in me, my brother and sister's lives. It was not too long after my parents divorced, and you, Petra, kept us grounded, and he took us to every concert. Love your solo albums, and I think they should write a book where God takes people. It's just amazing how you started out in a secular band with that energy, that dynamic, and God just went, I could use a guy like you on my team. And here you were.
Oh, what a neat thing to say. Thank you, Mandy. Wow. You know, it's funny you mentioned a book. I'm actually doing, someone in Los Angeles and Scottsdale are doing a documentary on me. And they said almost the same thing you said. I don't know if anything will ever come of it, but thank you. What a beautiful thing to say. I'm so glad that we've been an important part of your life, and I'm so glad that I hope you saw and see God's good, how to put it, God's Spirit shining through us, through me, because that's what a Christian should do. He should try to be as Christ-like as possible, and hopefully you've seen that. And it sounds like you have, and what a blessing. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
And when my dad found out what I was doing tonight, he wanted me to tell you, thank you for your ministry, Petra, being around and so dynamic, and thank you for having a hand in keeping us grounded when the family was splitting.
I got you.
And it was amazing. I remember listening to you guys every night before I'd go to bed.
It's awesome.
That is wow. Praise God.
Thank
you, Mandy.
Yeah, thank you, Mandy.
And keep walking strong, kiddo. It sounds like you are. Keep walking in the Lord, all righty?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. We'll try to get back around. We have a lot of people in here. So we're going to go next to David Moore. You're up next.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Doing good, David. How are you, sir?
I'm blessed.
Hey, isn't that a beautiful way to be?
Absolutely. You know, we had the pleasure of seeing you in Steelville this year.
Oh, yes.
They were part of my surprise too, John. They showed up. They knew all about it. So yeah.
Yeah, we were on the front row. We were being spit on by you on some of the songs. It was great.
Oh, now don't tell my secrets here, buddy. Come on.
But no, I just wanted to get on and say thank you for that show. You know, 2020 was such a bad year for a lot of people, and it just was a really good experience, and it created a lot of memories for us. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
I'm so glad that, you know, we weren't sure if we should do it. You know, we postponed it for almost 7-8 months, and the promoter said no. He says, I really think we're supposed to do it. It was in Missouri at the time. Everything was loosening up then. But then he says, he called me. I said, John, we have people coming from 20 different states. And I go, oh, well, that's not quite the subtlety that I thought we'd have as far as exposure. And he says, nobody cares. So, you know, David, it was like old home week. You know, it's like a family reunion. That's what I felt. I think I went on stage and said that. It just felt like singing to family. And I'm so glad. I'm sorry about spitting on you, though. That
no, that was
sound too good. You're going to scare everybody out from the front row. Thanks a lot, bud.
Thanks, Dave. Really quick before we move on, we have next week coming up is going to be Doug Van Pelt from Heaven's Metal. And he's the one who started the magazine back in 1985 and helped Christian rock and metal expand throughout this country. So it would be great if you guys could come in and just, even if you're only here for 10 or 15 minutes, to thank that guy for doing what he did behind the scenes, because a lot of times it's the behind the scenes guys that makes everything work like a stage crew. Right, John?
It does, buddy. And he has worked hard. He's been very supportive of Petra through, even though we're really not heavy metal. He's always been very supportive of the bands, always wanted to know what was going on, and has been a faithful partner.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, I've known him for a while too, and he's just another one of those good dudes.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
He's great. So
has a vision, sees what music can do, you know, what powerful tool it can be, and he dedicates it to Christ. It's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. He's still doing it too. It's more of a hobby because it just, the income levels went down with all of the internet and stuff. So
income,
I was,
what is that?
I don't know. You tell me, man. You're supposed to be my brother here. Income is what you're sending me for saying all those nice things at the beginning. You didn't tell me. I've got it recorded.
I thought that was Brian.
Yes, it is.
Is Brian still here? He was next up, but I think he just disappeared. I know he's on call, and I wanted to try to give him a chance to jump in. Brian, are you here?
Oh, that might, yeah.
Okay. Well, when he pops back up, we'll insert him back in. So there.
Yeah, I'll send him a message.
Okay. Eric, would you like to speak now?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland, near DC, and I caught the Union of Sinners and Saints tour. It was over a year now, a year and a half ago. It was a great time. That was such a celebration of Petra and Whiteheart. That was just unforgettable. My two favorite bands all time, Petra and REO Speedwagon. This might be a different story if I didn't know, if I knew about Petra 10 years prior, which is when I knew and loved REO, and then 10 years later I got into Petra. Okay. Anyway, one man has been involved in both of those bands, Dave Amato.
Yes.
He sang, speaking of Beyond Belief, he sang background vocals on that album. So,
yes,
John, I was just wondering, if
Dave's a good guy.
very well how things went with that. It's just been
Dave is a real good guy. He's a very good friend of John and Dino's. He's a good man. Dave is a good man. I don't know if I've ever met him in person. I just know so much about him. It's funny, Art Speedwagon and my old band Head East, we used to we were very competitive in the bar circuit before they did their first record. Then after we did our first record, we actually toured together a lot during the semi-secular days.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, Ario, I grew up with Ario. We were from Champaign-Urbana. That's where I went to school. That's where I graduated as a civil engineer. But it's also where I was, where we were out of my first band. So Ario is actually Ario. There's several friends there that from the first band, you know. So it's funny you mentioned them. That's they're close to my heart.
Nice. They're very wise in that they never talk about anything political or religious, right? And I've met the band a few times, but of course never got a gauge for, you know, never an appreciable amount of time. Right. So I was just curious, and thank you for that. Good to know that stuff.
Yeah, well, Dave, like I said, Dave, I know because of John and Dino, and if they're involved with John and Dino, he must be a pretty good dude. So, because they're pretty choosy. Yeah. But Eric, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Was I'm so glad that we compete with Ario. Petra competes with Ario. That's a pretty major blessing.
I tell you what, the late 80s albums, the On Fires. Those surpass what REO was doing. The Life as We Know It came out in '87, right? Yeah. And good album, but it's not This Means War or On Fire.
Amen, buddy. Amen. I can't argue with it. Those two albums were rocking. Yeah. And what's cool about that is it actually was absolutely what we were supposed to be singing. The messages were absolutely, and the style was exactly what we were supposed to be doing at the time. Yeah. It was a super blend. And then comes Petra Praise 1 and Beyond Belief. I mean, it was wham, bang, bang, bang. It was a very important time for Petra.
Okay, if I get another chance, we'll talk more about this.
Okay, buddy.
Sounds we'll make our rounds. We'll make our rounds. And speaking of John and Dino, of course, I'm John. We've got John here with us, and you've got John Elefante. So as of now, mark this on your calendars. February 28th, we're going to have myself, John Schlitt, and John Elefante all on the same show. It's going to be called the John Cube Show just because, well, you can't say it's the John and John show. And now, and this John here, Mr. Schlitt here, just told me a few days ago that Elefante brings out the worst in him. And so we're gonna find out from Elefante himself if that's true. And then Schlitt also told me he's extremely competitive. So John, you have set yourself up. I have a big surprise for everybody who joins that has something to do with being competitive on February 28th.
What are we gonna do with him, John?
I don't know.
It's going to be.
I don't know what I've climbed into. Oh my gosh.
I know.
It is going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining, and I don't like to say I can't wait until this date gets here because you want to live in the moment, but I am really looking forward to February 28th with those two guys.
This is going to be boring, buddy. Now, everybody.
That's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it first.
So funny.
But yeah, I've got something up my sleeve for that day that only my wife knows about, and nobody's allowed to email or anything and ask her questions.
Say, don't worry, John. I'll think I'm gonna have your back now.
Thank you.
You better be talking about me, John, not John Schlitt. All right.
I'm not saying which John I'm talking about.
This gets confusing. We're gonna start going by last names. Is he in?
Brian came back in the room. I think that's the same Brian. Well, he was.
Okay. Well,
I may have lost him.
I think he disappeared again. Okay.
Okay. He's probably having connection issues.
Okay. Well, then next up we have Debbie. Debbie, you want to speak? You have to unmute your microphone.
Yep. And if you don't, that's okay. Nope, she can't. She doesn't have a microphone. So
Okay. All right. Well, you can send a message on the chat in here, and my wife will get it and read the question to John if you want to ask him anything. Okay. So
she sent a message earlier. She lives in Florida. She's recently been watching a lot of John Schlitt videos on YouTube. Wanted to say thank you for sharing your story and your musical gifts with everyone. You are a blessing.
Wow, I wish I could talk to her. That's so cool. Thank
you can right now.
Thank you so much. I wish people realize just how important these comments are. You know, we do what we do, and we do it for Christ, and you don't expect anything out of it, because that's what you do. That's what your ministry is. But when you get encouragement like this, it sure is a great shot in the arm. I'm sorry, it's the man side of me that needs that shot in the arm, not the
All right, everybody, just be patient. We do have a lot of people in here, so we're going through everybody as fast as we can, and we'll make another round. But Evelyn, you're up next.
Yeah, unmute Evelyn. She's trying. I don't think I can unmute her.
You know what? I might. Oh, there we go.
Now that there we go.
You got it?
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, hey, do you guys remember me talking to Bob?
Yes, I do.
Yes. John, I've met you a couple times, but I was with Petra before you came on board, but I remember when you came on board, but we are fellow Illinoisans, and I've always wondered, you grew up in Mount Plastic, right?
Yes, I sure did.
Did you ever go to the Christian church there?
No, I haven't. I had a chance, and it fell through, which is a shame, because I don't want to come across like a snob. I would love to go there, but for some reason, I've been to Lincoln several times, but I haven't had a chance to do Mount Pulaski, and it was my hometown. Now, I did go up and do a benefit for the courthouse several years ago, and that's about the only time I played in Mount Pulaski.
Oh, wow.
Folks, Mount Pulaski is my hometown. It's where I was raised. That's where I went to high school. I was born in Lincoln, which is like 11 miles away.
Oh, yeah. I used to go to rallies in Lincoln, youth rallies in Lincoln.
Evelyn, where are you from? Where were you raised?
Grew up in the Peoria area.
Oh, yeah.
I live in Moore, Oklahoma now. And you were talking about REO Speedwagon. Well, I worked with Gary Richrath's mom. She was an awesome woman.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, and I got to meet Gary because when he would come into because he grew up in East Peoria.
Yes.
And which I lived between Washington and East Peoria, back and forth. And his mom was awesome. She worked at we worked at a hospital together in Peoria. But I live in Moore, Oklahoma now. And the last time I saw you guys was your farewell tour in Enid, Oklahoma in 2005.
Oh,
but
wow. That was a good tour. I really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Did we spend more time signing and then we did the concert afterwards?
I don't know. I looked up Bob and I got to talk to him, and I looked up Greg Hogue because I knew Greg because I went to college in Indiana, and he and I had some mutual friends, and like I followed his band Ransom for a while because we had some mutual friends. So, so when I went and you guys did breaks and stuff, I went and talked to Bob and Greg Hogue. So I don't remember,
Two great guitar players, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They were the original guitar players for Petra. Greg Hogue and Bob Hartman. On the Sand album. And they were the singers too.
Yes. And see, in '76, I'm sorry, what?
Whoever's not on mute, please mute. If you're not on mute, please.
Somebody was unmuted.
In 1976, John, our youth group brought Petra to Washington, Illinois, and it was a 3-day love feast. And they were in the transition of Greg Bowles was about to come on, but he hadn't come yet. But I've been to a lot of Petra. I'm a Petra fan for sure.
Well, you know what, Evelyn, I'm so glad. It's good to talk to you. It's good to talk to an Illinoisan. Come on.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, I do. We mentioned a name, Gary Richrath. Folks, for you all don't know, Gary Richrath was one of the best rock guitar players in secular rock. Please understand that part of my world too in the past. Gary was a real hot player in Champaign, part of REO Speedwagon, and he died recently. And it's but he was quite the rocker. I don't know if he ever became part of the Lord, you know, if he ever gave his life to the Lord. I'm fearful that he didn't, but he was a good guy. And so folks, when we name these names, I'd like to let you know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Evelyn,
awesome.
God bless you, kiddo.
Yeah, thanks, Evelyn. We'll try to get back around. And oddly enough, the next on the list was Lisa. So Lisa, you can unmute again and talk to John if you'd like to.
Maybe she can't talk. I don't have a message from her, but
well, if
you can, Lisa, we'll get you in a little bit if you want to come back in.
Yeah. So next up, let's go with Joseph. I know this guy, Joseph from Florida. Joseph, you're up.
Hey guys, how are you and Tanya doing?
We're doing great, thanks.
All right, doing great.
Hey John, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, hi Joseph. Same here, buddy.
I first got to see Petra when they had just released the More Power to You album with Greg, and I had a chance.
Great record.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't it though?
Yes.
And that was my first introduction into the world of Christianity and contemporary Christian rock and roll. Now, there's one thing that I'm going to say and make. I've only seen Greg twice in concert and yourself once in concert with Petra, but I'd like to give you my opinion on the differences. Greg and you both share the similar vocals range, which is phenomenal to say the least. But when it comes to being filled with the Spirit of the Lord, my friend, you show it on stage. You have the mannerisms. You are the ultimate stageman.
Oh wow, Joseph, thank you, man. What a beautiful thing to say. I very much appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I mean it with all my heart, and believe me, I've spent my time on the road with bands and covers as well. I remember you from the Head East days more so. And that's what turned me on to listening to you with Petra. Wow. But you have every video that I've ever seen of you, and I compare. I'm horrible about that myself, and John will vouch for me on that. I compare idiosyncrasies and similarities and vast differences. While Greg has phenomenal videos or vocals such as you do, he cannot begin to compare and share the enthusiasm and energy on stage that you present yourself with. And you give not just 150, but 1,050% of yourself to the Lord during your show. And that comes across to the audience. And I think that means so much, incredibly more to the audience, because they can tell it's coming from you, from the Spirit of the Lord, and from the heart, my brother.
Oh, Joseph, thank you, buddy. I tell you what, this doesn't happen very often. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Thank you, bud, very, very much. You are a good man for sharing that. You've just blessed me. Thank you, Joseph.
Absolutely, my pleasure, and thank you for listening to me.
Oh, but anytime, man. When you have things to say like that, anytime. No,
I'm going to get a text after the show from John. Is going to say, "Give Joseph my phone number, man."
Yeah, he needs to talk to me often. Come on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joseph. Appreciate it, man.
John.
Yes.
Jonathan needs to talk because he may have to leave to go get his daughter. So
okay, Tonto. I think John knows this guy.
Oh, hold on. He's trying to unmute. He's hitting all the wrong buttons, I think. We can't hear you, Jonathan. There you are.
Okay.
There you go.
You got it?
Oh no! Take him off! Take him off right now! Not him!
Can't get rid of him, John.
What are you doing, bud?
Oh, just living life. Hey, David, come here real quick. Hold on a second. John. Hello.
Hi, buddy.
How are you?
I'm doing well, my friend. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Good.
That's you'll have to tell Greg's daughter he said hello.
Oh.
Remember they hit it off pretty good at the concert.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And I will. I'll tell. I don't talk to Greg that often, but I will absolutely.
Yeah, I think they chat from time to time.
Oh, good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How you doing, John?
I'm hanging in there, buddy. You know, I'd like to be out on the road a little bit more, but I'm staying busy with the J Band and working with a couple of folks. For folks that don't, John is a very good friend. John is part of my posse. I call him my Northwest posse. They are faithful friends that if I'm anywhere in, oh shoot, what, John, 4 or 5 state area, they're there. They end up being my crew and as a solo artist, and John is one of those guys. And it's a pleasure, buddy. He knows how much I like to be in front of people. It's what I'm supposed to do. And so if I'm able to be out and doing recording and that stuff, it's not quite the road, but it's close. So John, I'm staying busy vocally. My ministry project is almost over. Praise God. The one's been going on for 2 years. And so life is good, even though I can't see anybody and I have to walk around with a mask, but life is good.
Right. Same here. Let me see. I'm trying to think of a funny story to tell everybody real quick.
Oh, no, John. That's why I said get him off the air quick.
Well, he did sign my ex-wife's belly when she was pregnant with Hannah at the farewell taping. Oh gosh. Sue Dempster talked me into that one actually. So it wasn't all
funny.
He has me scared to fly. Him
Oh,
and John Lowry's flying stories freak me out. So
good.
I won't fly.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. That's good.
Yeah. So my 50th is coming up, not this year, but next year. I want to somehow get you down here to celebrate.
You're a young puppy. I don't celebrate young birthdays.
Oh.
He's
50, that's nothing. When you get 70, I may talk to you.
Ooh, man.
Boy, if I can by that time.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one.
Yeah, but seriously, you're gonna be 50?
Yeah.
I thought you were at least 65.
Yeah.
Okay.
I talk to John and Tanya every now and then, and they've become pretty cool friends.
Yeah, we feel the same.
You're a cool dude. Yep.
Yeah, it's
looking
nice.
forward to that cookout.
I saw his look on his face when he saw me get out of the car at the Missouri concert, and he knew what was going on. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
So let me set this up really fast. And I don't want to spend a lot of time telling a story because we still have so many people that want to talk to John, and we want to make another round if at all possible. But my wife went through some stuff as a teenager, and what kept her going was Petra. And so when I met her, she didn't know that I knew John. And I had it, long story short, I had him talk to her on the phone, which he was very gracious to do. But then when I found out they were playing in Missouri, which is about a 5.5-hour drive, I called John up and asked him about making sure that I could introduce my wife to him, because that, when you're a teenage girl, it's kind of like an icon thing. And so then COVID hits and they delay the show, and I've got the tickets and everything. So we finally get to October, and on the way there, she and I were talking, and I've had both versions of Petra at our church, actually. Well, I won't say both versions. I've had Petra and CPR, which is what Greg does. And I was like, yeah, when we had John Schlitt's version of Petra, or when I had Petra with John Schlitt, it was the best concert we've had there before by far. And she's like, oh yeah, rub it in. I don't even want to talk about it. I can't believe I didn't see it. Blah, 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 blah. Inside, because I know that night she's going to not just see them, but she's going to meet John. And John helped me set it up pretty well. And so I am in turmoil. And John, I didn't even tell you this, but I'm calling the venue, making sure we can slide in wherever we were going to meet you. And they were like, oh, it's awfully small. I don't know. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is falling apart. So I'm trying to figure this out. Well, we're driving according to the GPS. She's driving. I'm riding. I'm legally blind. And on the way there, I literally prayed a quick under the breath prayer. God, please set this up perfectly, because I wanted this to be special for Tanya. So we get to the venue that's not there according to the GPS.
I was like, there's nothing here.
So we pull into this little side road. I get out of the car, and then I tell my phone driving directions to Merrimack Music Theater, because I didn't want to say that name. We get there. She said, Merrimack Music Theater. I said, yeah. And she said, so music. I said, well, they do shows too. She goes, oh, okay. Well, there's nobody here. We pull into the parking lot. She said, I see a bald head. And I was like, that's got to be Greg Bailey. But she still didn't know anything. And then she looks up and says, oh my gosh, look who that is. And,
John Schlitt.
and I'm legally blind. So when she said that, I knew who it was. So I jumped out of the car.
They had just pulled in as we were pulling in. So God worked it out absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And I have to give kudos, and we'll probably let him say hi real quick, to my brother Philip, and I'm not going to cry.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way John is, though. That's what I'm talking about. He goes out of his way to do the things for people, just with the
hey John,
he's been given. So
yeah, I was gonna introduce my brother Philip real quick, because he's the one that introduced me to Petra when I was a young girl, and yeah, he gave me the Beyond Belief VHS that I listened to over and over again. So he's the reason that I know all about Petra. Philip, do you want to say hi? If you know how to unmute, there you go.
Unmute, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Hello, guys. How you doing? Are you hearing me?
Hey, Philip.
Hey, John.
I can hear you, buddy. I can't see you.
Well, I don't want to be seen. I'm sight unseen.
Okay, buddy. That sounds good.
Sight unseen.
I get that in there, didn't I? I saw you guys, I guess, of what, 93, 94, Beyond Belief, and I took Tanya and the youth group, and it was awesome.
That's where I got my sign. That's where I got my sign. Can you believe I still have that?
Yeah. But I enjoy you guys all these years, and keep going, guys.
Oh, you know what? As God allows me, I will. Like I said before, there's no such thing as retirement in ministry. Yep. And as so far, you know, even though I'm an antique now, I still apparently have a voice that carries past that, and really do love what I do, as Joseph pointed out. I think Joe.
Yeah.
I hope that's right. Whoever just gave me that amazing dissertation. Anyway, I'm supposed to be on stage. I'm supposed to be singing for the Lord, and I'm supposed to be singing exciting music. And Philip, I'm so glad that we've been able to be part of your family, and that Tanya has seen fit to listen and use use the band and use the ministry. I appreciate your family.
All right. Thank you very much, and have a good night.
All right.
God bless.
Thanks, Philip. Good to have you, buddy.
Bye. Bye, John. Both John.
All right. Next up is James. James, you there? And you want to talk to John?
I am here live from Hamilton, Ontario. How are you, John?
Ontario.
Hey, how you doing? Have I met you before, James? John, you look familiar.
No, unfortunately not. Someday, hopefully. That would be nice.
Okay. Well, it's good to talk. It's good to meet you now.
We can get you north of the border. That'd be awesome.
Hey, I'm fine. I don't have any. I pass the border all the time. It's a very. I've got no record. They're not blackballing me or anything. I could go up there anytime.
So my first exposure to Petra and to you yourself was in high school on the This Means War tour, and you came up to Canada with Jeff Moore in the Distance.
Yes.
And I had a buddy of mine bugging me to go and see this Christian music, and I'm like, man, I ain't going to see no church music. Are you kidding me? And I was a non-Christian at the time, and he insisted. And off I went with CDs from both Jeff and yourselves, and was blown away, and have been very blessed by your ministry since. Thank you very much for what you do what you have done, what you continue to do. And just the other night, I watched a project that you were just recently involved in, the Neil Morse, Jesus Christ, the Exorcist video. I just watched the concert the other night. Unbelievable. How was that for you? How was that experience for you?
That was a brand new experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous. I'll tell you
Were
what.
you?
Oh yeah, it was totally different. I mean, think about it. I've been doing the same thing for more years than I want to talk about, and all of a sudden I'm doing this thing, this musical, and it was quite a challenge. I really loved it. Those guys are phenomenal. I hadn't heard of them before, and all of a sudden I'm listening to this super band with all these guest artists come in. And it was very good. I'm so glad it's out now. Praise God.
Unbelievable. It was a fantastic night. Yourself, Rick Florian, Mark Pogue from the CCM
everybody
end of things. But those of you who haven't heard the Neil Morse band or Neil Morse's music, check it out. He is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just
I totally
fantastic
agree.
musician. Thank you for being involved in that. Thank you for that. It was a
James,
great blessing to watch.
I'm so glad you're blessed. See, that's the kind of thing when God opens those kind of doors. It's an exciting adventure, and you never know how he's going to use it. Praise God. That was a good, that's good. Thank you, James. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
I hope I see you up north there.
I would love to. I would love it.
Okay, buddy.
I promise you he'd love to meet you if he can. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool, James. Thanks, man. Metzger, you're up.
All right, guys.
We have a whole crew.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hi, you guys.
Now that's bringing in a house right there.
Hey, we're a family of 16, and we're from Charlotte, North Carolina. Our mom introduced us to Petra, and we love your music.
Oh.
I am very blessed. Thank you. When your generation actually chooses to listen to what we do, what I do, you don't know how exciting it is to me. It is it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Man, they bought all their kids a CD for Christmas of Petra, and your all CDs went platinum that moment.
Oh, it did. That's where all the sales went.
Oh.
No, it's great to meet you all. You're a family of 15 kids?
14.
14 kids.
Oh, just 14. Oh, if it's just 14, that's all big. Oh. Wow, that is so cool, guys. And now your mom made you listen. Does that mean that
No.
Oh, you choose to listen?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
She showed us some of your music. And we watched the music videos and got really into it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Which one's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Lincoln likes I'm on the Rock. Can you say hi? Say hi. Say hi. Lincoln, look.
Oh, look.
Hey, Lincoln. You like I am on the rock. Can you sing it?
Wow. You know how to say it? Oh, he's gonna be all shy.
Oh, that fingers tastes too good to sing right now.
Oh, you did it.
That's great.
Oh, you guys, thank you so much. And I wish there was a way you could let me know. Have you heard my newest record? Have you heard my newest CD?
Is that Go?
Yes.
Yeah, some of us have.
Okay. Do you guys like that at all, or do you like the Petra stuff better?
We
It's
like
okay.
I love
Petra's our favorite.
Yeah, we love Petra.
Okay. All right. Well, I am glad. That is very cool. I'm just it's a pleasure to meet you all.
It's good to meet you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. We will try to get back around. The next second rounds might have to be a lot quicker because I want to make sure everybody gets to talk. We're almost to the end of the the first round. So I think it's Kevin. I don't believe you've spoken yet. So if you haven't and you're ready.
Thank you.
You got it, man. No problem.
John Schlitt, how you doing?
Doing good, Kevin. How about you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
You sound like from Detroit, buddy. You sound familiar for some reason.
Yeah, we've met a few times.
Huh?
I used to work in Christian radio, and I wanted to ask you about how frustrating it must be to come out with a great record like your latest one and have Christian radio so hard of a nut to crack.
I expected it, buddy. I really did. I just knew it was time for me to do a new record. Like, for instance, the kids, they like Petra. They like Petra better. That's cool. But I knew that I needed to bring out a fresh album with sounds that are current today and with what's on my mind today. And using the 3 producers I did, it was of God. Did I think it was going to go anywhere as far as the Christian music scene? Not one bit. It didn't surprise me a bit. My whole focus on this, buddy, is there's certain people that will be blessed with this record, and they're supposed to listen to it. They're supposed to use it. I was disappointed in the fact that I wasn't able to tour it. To me, right now, it's still sitting in the can, which means it's still in storage.
Yeah, that's a COVID problem.
As soon as this COVID thing gets over, I plan on acting like it's a brand new record, and I'm going to tour it. It would be a great touring album along with The Greater Cause.
Absolutely.
And of course, all the Petra stuff. So it would be a dynamite tour if I can get the finances for it. But it's funny. Thanks for asking that, buddy. Yeah, you've been around.
I wanted to ask you one other quick question, and that
Sure.
is, have any of these young artists that are in Christian music today identified you as a mentor, or sort of asked your advice, or went for your wisdom on the industry?
No, not too many. There's a few. There's a few that see. I'm a very private person, and when I'm home, I'm home. I don't go. I don't go around and hang out at studios and this kind of thing unless someone calls me and says, "John, we need you to do this." So I don't get a chance to meet a lot of the new artists. When I get a chance to talk to them, if they have a question for me, I'd be glad to answer. But no, I don't know if I really am being used that much as someone to talk to.
Did you make that shelf behind you? That's my last question.
Actually, no, I didn't. It came from the church. They were going to throw it out. So I took it, rebuilt it, and put it up on my wall. Normally, it's probably the only shelf in my house that I didn't build.
Right. I know you're a carpenter by trade, so I wondered if you made it.
We're talking about wanting to be like Jesus. My goodness.
That's right.
Well, Kevin, good to talk to you, buddy.
Take care, John.
Oh, I will. You too, my friend. You too.
All right. Very cool. That might be the first guest we've had from Michigan, so that's pretty cool. So again, guys, if you want to know more about me, because this show's not about me, I would love for you to visit my website at theblindfury.com, www.theblindfury.com, and sign up for the newsletter. Keep up with all the shows we have going on Sunday nights. You might get to talk to somebody like this. And don't forget, February 28th, Elefante and Schlitt on the same show. Both of those guys together. I'm actually a little scared, and that's hard to do. So we'll see how that goes. But next week is Doug Van Pelt from Heaven's Metal. And then the last Sunday of January, we have White Collar Sideshow. They're like a goth ministry industrial type band. Pretty interesting. And I've been in touch with them. And then starting in February, I'm starting a new segment of this show, and we're going to bring on Christian comedians. And the first guest is going to be a lunch special on February 6th. And that's John Branyan, who tours with Tim Hawkins sometimes. So John Branyan is our first comedian on February 6th. So with that being said, Laura, you are up next.
She is unmuted, but I'm not sure if she's there.
Okay.
There's
how about Lisa? Did Lisa want to speak?
I don't see Lisa.
Is Lisa not in it? Okay, let me see if I can run down the list real quick.
Okay, I know Robert hasn't spoken, or
Okay.
Sue. Sue
Well,
or
I
Robert.
believe that Sue person, unless I'm mistaken, I believe I've spoken with her a few times.
Don't let her on.
Is that, yeah, you told me not to.
I talked to her way too much.
I have a feeling I know what Sue this is. I hear Sue's name a few times.
So we'll get to her in a minute. I'd like to bring her on, but yeah, Robert, you're up if you'd like to go next.
Oh, you got to there you go.
Yeah,
Robert.
yeah, the double click by mistake. Oh wow. Well, John, great to meet you. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. This Means War was my first Christian album and my first Petra album, obviously. And I've been a fan ever since.
Oh, praise God.
Going on, and you know, the thing I used to love about your albums is you've always had the scriptures. So when I was a teen, I made little Bible studies out of your albums. I was like, look up the verses, check out, read it, and it really got me into the word. And I went on to Bible college and seminary and did all that cool stuff. But recently been re-getting some of the old Petra albums I meant. So yeah, I'm sort of on a Petra revival in my life right now.
I am glad, Robert. Praise God. You know, This Means War. It's funny you mentioned that. When that album came out, the title was so appropriate for what we were doing, the spirit, that it had been up to me. From then on, every Petra album would have been This Means War 2, This Means War 3, This Means War 4, because it just said, the title said so much that it went with the music, and then it was really the spirit of why Petra does what they do. And as far as the Bible verses, absolutely. That was a whole reason we wanted you to be able to use the songs as lesson aids.
Yeah.
And every song, every song Bob is such a writer that he gets his ideas from these different Bible verses. There was one record that we didn't have the verses on, and it was because it was a mistake. The record label forgot to put them on, and and I can't even tell you which record it was, but it was a major boo-foo, and we were very upset about it because, again, it was our focus. The Petra ministry is not only it was entertainment, but entertainment with a life-changing message.
Yeah.
And it really was important for us to always get that across. And I'm so glad that you saw it and used it, and it's been a blessing to you. Praise God.
Nice. Robert, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Okay, we've had a new person come on. We will get to you guys in just a minute. Beth's iPad. We'll let you all say hi in just a minute. We have 2 more people in front of you, and then we'll let you talk, okay?
Sure, fine.
All right, yeah.
Can you hear us? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, mute out until we call you so that there's no background noise. John, I see
Sure.
2 people. I don't know what list you're looking at, but I see a Vincent and a Maylee.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the first one?
There's Vincent.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, go ahead.
Oh,
Whoever
and
that
let me say this real quick. Laura, she couldn't talk. I saw a message. Sometimes I can't see these chats. They go too fast. But it says, Laura said, I have no microphone, but she wanted to say hi. She met you in 2004 in Kansas backstage. So
2004 in Kansas. Okay.
Yep.
Now that's a few days up ago.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if I remember, but it's great to talk with her again. I'm glad she's listening.
Yes.
Thanks, Laura.
Okay, John, I don't know who you want to call. Vinton?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that, and I'll get the next one ready.
Okay, Vinton, you're up. If you can talk. May not be able to. I don't see any messages, but while we're waiting for Vinton, Laura also said she knows Bill Huber in the Nigel Morse band for the past 15 years. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a great musician, violin, and keyboardist. So.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody that's involved with them are ridiculous musicians.
Awesome. Okay. And I guess Benton can't talk. So who do you have next, John?
I don't know how to say the name. My screen reader is reading it to me, but it's reading it like Maylee, maybe?
Maylee.
Victoria?
Yeah.
Maylee?
Yep.
So if you're there, go ahead and unmute. Tell us, well, actually, you can tell us how to say your name. That'd be great. And tell us where you're from, and then talk to John.
If maybe they can't either.
You have to unmute if you want to. And if not, we have
Hello, it's Miley.
Miley. Nice to meet you.
Miley.
This name is the name of my daughter. Sorry.
Oh.
Mayeli is my daughter.
Okay.
And this is the photo of her Zoom.
Awesome. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Oh, wow. First one from Brazil. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, John Schlitt's ready.
Yes. My English is not so good. Sorry. But I love all the music from John Schlitt and the Petra, all my teenage time I listened to Petra.
Oh, I'm so glad. Listen, I apologize that I can't speak Portuguese. Brazil is a beautiful country. I love being there. As you well know, I've been there.
Yeah.
Probably been to Brazil more than a lot of different countries, and I've always been treated. Petra and myself have been treated like brothers and sisters, and it's always been a pleasure to be there. I'm so glad you called. I'm glad you got on the program, and please tell my friends and brothers and sisters down there that I miss y'all, and it's always great to hear from y'all.
Thank you. I live near Cabo Frio, Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
I'm from Macaé. But when you came to Cabo Frio, I can't stay, and I was very sad because I can't stay at the show.
They had to cancel the show?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, Brazil, was that the farewell tour?
Sorry?
Was that the farewell tour?
No.
Remember what year it was?
I am where I am.
No, the show you missed. What year was that?
The farewell, yes.
Farewell. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
We had some problems with the promoters, with several promoters, and that was one of those that we just couldn't work it out. And I'm so sorry that we weren't able to. But who knows? Maybe there's going to be another time.
I hope
Yes.
the day that you came back to Brazil, and I will we will go at the show.
Good. Good. Well, it's great
Sorry
to
for
hear.
my English. Sorry for my English.
No problem.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's pretty cool, John. We've got 4 countries represented here now. We have Germany, Brazil, Canada, and the United States. And we haven't even gotten to the last 2. We have 2 more that are in the room to talk. And then we're going to make a really quick last round so we can get everybody in one more time. So Beth, and I guess somebody else was with her. So you're up.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Beth. How are you? Oh, wait.
Good. You're
I'm
not
legally
Beth.
blind. You sound funny to be a Beth.
It's me. It's my iPad we're talking on. It's actually the 3 of us here.
Okay,
That was
cool.
my dad talking.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just like that. So
We're trying to squeeze in. We've never done this before. We appreciate the show.
oh, you're welcome. It's great to have you guys. Where are you from?
Well, we're in Kansas right now.
Kansas. All right.
We're from Texas originally, but my wife has a travel job in the lab, so we've been all over the place. So
Wow. Hey, John, you
all
should get a
over
travel
all
job.
over the country. I'm sorry.
I was telling John he should get a travel job.
Oh, no. I could never handle that kind of thing.
I thought you were talking to this John. His name's John
Yeah,
too.
this is our John.
Oh,
you have a John too.
Oh, wow.
Hey, John.
So we
Hi,
have
John.
Beth, we have Beth, John, and what's your name, Dad?
Steven.
Steven. Beth.
Yes.
Beth, John, and Steve. Well, y'all, it's great to talk to you guys.
Finally. Man, this is so great.
Yeah,
That's
this
awesome.
is so cool.
I don't want to drag it out too much. I'm sure you guys have gotten that a lot over the years, where people want to just, keep talking. They got so much to say and everything, but you guys have made such a big difference in our lives. I mean, so much. I can't even describe it. All the way from Houston, going to see the This Means War concert. So being able to do that, I carried that stuff with me, and I really believe that stuff is resonating now. And part of that is why I'm on Twitter now, and why I'm doing a lot of the fighting that I'm doing. And a lot of that is from you. So from you guys, from the whole band. So
thank you. Trying
to share this with them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad. I'm glad to see Beth and John wanting to talk with you. Praise God. That's so cool. Y'all, the songs, they may be old. They were all probably done before you guys were born, but they're timeless. They're timeless. They were done by and are done by amazing musicians, amazing Christians, and the message is never ending. And I'm glad that Dad was able to introduce you to him, and I'm glad you're listening. I really am. And Dad, keep fighting the fight, buddy.
Oh,
we
yeah.
gotta walk that walk strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, there's, I think music, of course, real quick, music is, I used to be a drummer, and I went through all these things, surgeries and stuff, and all these turn of events. And so I can no longer do that. I could, but it would be very painful because of my shoulders. I had thoracic outlet syndrome. And so I had 2 surgeries. And so I'm in a lot of pain from that, and nerve damage from things. And so I'm actually a stay-at-home dad. And so I've been a stay-at-home dad for, 15 years or something. And so, used to being swinging a hammer, building bridges and things like that. And all of a sudden not doing that, it sent me into some big changes. And so that sent me into some deep prayer through the years. And so having your songs and adding to those things is really, Underground is one of them. It's so hard to forget that song, and that's a great thing. So
I won't go underground, huh, buddy?
That's right. It's funny because we're in a house that's halfway underground right now, so it's funny.
Oh, seriously?
We're halfway underground.
Excellent.
I'll put a picture on Twitter later. So
okay.
Oh, sorry you can't hear me, by the way, on Twitter. I've been trying to promote people like crazy, and it's just so tough. But we're pushing. So
just keep walking, man. Keep doing your thing. And you know what?
Sorry
Think about
to let
it.
these guys talk. Go ahead. I'm out.
Okay. Did you guys want to talk?
Yeah. I just want to say your music has been so inspiring and amazing. I just started listening to it maybe a year or 2 ago, and at first I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. Then once I got more used to it, I was like, this stuff is amazing. And I just like downloaded all your like almost a bunch of your songs, and it was just really cool to listen to you guys a lot. So
Thank you very much. That really means a lot to me. Means a lot. You too, John. You got something to say?
Well, I've been waiting for a whole long. I don't know where to start. I mean, kind of like what they were saying. It's really been helping me out, you know.
Oh, buddy, fantastic.
So how old is John?
10.
10 years old.
Yeah, almost
Awesome.
11.
That's
and
fantastic.
he knows math better than we do. So he's really sharp.
Wow, that's awesome.
They're homeschooled, so
yeah.
I try to sing all your songs all the time, but I can't remember any of the lyrics.
Hey, most of the time I can't either, buddy.
that's why we turn it up louder when we're on the road. So
yeah,
helps you remember the lyrics.
That's so cool. I am so glad. Good. Excellent.
Well,
so does the other John Helton, do you have a Twitter page also? Or well, I know you have probably pages all over the place, but
yeah, I have a Twitter page. I'm very, very minimal at it. It's not something I really do that much, but
right.
I have a YouTube page and an official website, theblindfury.com, and I have a newsletter there, and then I have Facebook, and I do some of that stuff, but Twitter is not my friend. It doesn't seem to really help me out.
No, I totally understand. YouTube, it seems like it's been a, what is the word, catalyst. It's still working good for a lot of people.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, kind of piggybacking off of that, every show that we do here is on YouTube afterward as well. So the YouTube channel has that, and I have another special video that's coming out in a week or two. So if you guys sign up for my newsletter, you'll get it, or follow the YouTube page. That'd be awesome.
Great.
And also, Stephen, you might, I don't know if you were here during when I was talking about February 28th with John Elefante. I'm sure you're familiar.
No, I don't think they were not on yet.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Elefante was the former singer of Kansas and Mastodon record producer. He knows John Schlitt very well. Well, we're bringing both of those guys on the same time on February 28th.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting, to say the least. So
okay.
So maybe we'll see you guys again.
Right. Yes.
I'll tell you what, John and I are very good friends, and we our lives have passed many times together, including right now, actually. So with the three Johns, it should be a very interesting. I'm actually worried about this guy. Seriously, I don't know what he's going to pull. So you can never tell. You can just
How do you
never
think it
tell.
is to be married to him, John? I had
John
no
Elefante.
clue. He is the master of surprises. So to take his wife all the way to Missouri, I did all the driving, and for the show to be rescheduled from March to October, and he never told me. And then we interviewed John, Laurie and Bob Hartman, and I never heard them talking about the concert.
And they did.
And they did. So, I'm a true blonde, I guess. But
no.
But he's great at keeping secrets. So he probably won't even tell me what he's going to do for. Well, no, he already has told me what he's going to do for you.
Yeah. Schlitt, don't even try it.
I know. He'll be messaging me. Robert wants to say that No Doubt is the one that was missing the scripture references.
And that record is probably one of the most underrated record we ever did.
Yep.
It is.
Okay. We'll agree. We'll agree.
Robert was giving a thumbs up. He's like, yep.
Well, Stephen, you guys, if you want to stick around, we're going to make a really quick one last round to get your last comments in. If you want, we have one more to go.
Yeah, Pamela wants to
Yes,
talk. I think Laura had something else she messaged me, but
okay. Well, we're getting ready to get to Pamela. If you guys want to stick around for a few more minutes, because we're going to try to get him out of here in the next 30 at the most.
Everybody can say
we love you guys. We love you guys, and we're praying heavy.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, listen, praying for you also. I'm it's a pleasure to meet you all three.
You too.
Yeah, thanks. My wife is in the room. Maybe she'll be on next time.
Well, that would be wonderful. Well, it sounds like she's a dynamo too.
Yeah, she's doing school right now, so she's got work and school and a lot of things going on.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic.
She's our pillar. So
yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So okay, we're gonna go on mute so you guys can chat with whoever then.
Yeah, and we'll be back around to you. So, all right, Pamela
Oh, okay.
is. Yeah, we're gonna give everybody one last go around, but we're gonna have to make it quick. So, Pamela is up next, and then we'll go back around one more time. Pamela.
Yeah.
Hey there. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. Where are you from?
Dayton, Ohio.
Ohio, just north of Kentucky, where we are. So,
Yeah. I
right.
just wanted to tell John, like I said, I've seen Petra so many times in the last, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen you guys as a group, but I've been able to, a couple of times, been able to like meet you actually in person and, you know, and say hi to all of you and get autographs and all that. And you guys were just phenomenal with your concerts.
Thank you, Pamela. Thank you very much. As I said before, you never get enough. I mean, compliments are always appreciated, and as much as God is opening the doors for us whenever He, in whatever direction He does, it's still nice to hear folks that have, been blessed by it. And when I get to do these kind of interviews, it's always it's uplifting, and I'm able to talk with the rest of the guys later and say, guys, so far so good, man. Had a lot of great compliments, a lot of great comments, and God's allowed us to be used to make differences. So thank you, Pamela. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's like I said, it's been probably, oh God, probably since 1990 since the last time I seen you guys, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't changed a bit, though, kiddo.
That's what I was getting ready to say. When I met him, Pamela, I was like, you haven't changed since I saw you in the 90s. So
I wish you girls, see, you girls have, God has done something with ladies' eyes. I mean, think about it, John. You have these gorgeous ladies that marry guys like us.
I know.
They just see different,
They do. You know what's happened with me though, John? They see Tanya and I together, and they're like, "Are you sure it's not her? That's the legally blind one."
See, you can say that. I couldn't say that.
Yeah, you could. Like, which one's the blind one now? Anyway,
Hey,
Pamela,
John.
you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. John, I just want to say one other thing. I mean, this is showing my age. I have some of your records on 33.
Wow.
Okay,
Hey,
that's showing my age.
but I'll tell you what, right now, that's in. It's gone full circle, kiddo. They're doing albums again on 33.
Yeah. But that's I mean, that's showing my age of, all of your records and, I do have them on CDs, but most of them are on, on 33s.
Well, those are collector's items now, kiddo. That's very cool. Listen, thank you, Pamela. Yeah, if you were part of us back in the 90s, oh my gosh, that was a very exciting time, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was so great. I mean, like I said, your concerts were phenomenal. I mean, I was able to like meet you guys, kind of like backstage, kind of. Get to meet a whole group. John, you, the other John,
Yeah.
Louis, and all of you. So
Ronnie, it was quite the times.
Awesome.
It was.
All right, John. Well, if you don't mind sticking around maybe 15 more minutes, can you do that?
Yeah. Did Sue leave us?
That was the transition. Let's get Sue in here, and then we'll get everybody in one more time. Sue, you are up. We have got to see you on camera.
Okay, here I am.
Sue Dempster.
Now tell who Sue is. Everybody may not know who.
I'll let John do the introducing.
Listen, Sue is my right-hand man, lady. And she has been everything from my booking agent to my honorary manager to my, she's my website entrepreneur, everything I don't know how to do, which is pretty much everything. She pretty much does it. So I'm glad to see you're on there, kiddo. I can thank you in person. You're folks. She's one of the she and a couple other ladies back when I left Petra, when Petra retired. There was a lot of times where I wasn't sure what was going to go on, and she was one of the folks that said, "No, you got plenty to do." And so so when you hear the word Sue Dempster, just think John's assistant. Okay.
And I want to say thank you to Sue for helping me promote this show tonight. I noticed you were posting it pretty heavily, so thank you.
You're welcome. That's part of what I do.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this with John Schlitt, Miss Sue?
Oh, goodness. Well, I actually started out as a promoter back in the mid-90s, and I had him, and then I had Petra. But officially, I started in 2001.
Gotcha.
Wow. As a booking agent. And then pretty much when Petra ended, like he said, then I turned into the right-hand man.
Awesome.
Well, it's good to have you on, Sue. I'm glad you dropped in.
Absolutely. I do have one question for John, though.
Ooh.
When are you ever going to eat that candy bar behind your head?
Never.
No?
Never. I think it's a go. Now, if somebody wants to send me another one, maybe I'll eat that one. But this one is my baby. And listen, I'm a chocolate fanatic, as you well know. And when I got that candy bar, I don't for my birthday or whatever. This. Now my grandkids wanted to take it, but I said, "You don't touch that. You don't touch that candy bar, period." So that's why it's here in my office. I have to protect it.
Yeah, that would not survive around my grandkids.
No.
Promise you.
He knows. Hey, Mr. John, both Johns. Jonathan's daughter, Hannah, is home. So she wants to say, is she there, Jonathan?
Yeah, we're about to make rounds, so we'll get them on.
Okay.
No,
He'll get to you in just a minute. Jonathan?
Yeah. She'll probably just say hi real quick.
Is she?
Hi.
She's one.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
Hi, kiddo. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I think I'm doing fine. I see you on Facebook all the time. You do
Really?
know that. Yeah, your dad is on Facebook all the time.
Gosh, Dad.
Gosh, Dad.
and he's got you on there all. Oh man, the pictures he takes of you. I don't know.
They're pretty bad.
He's a proud dad, kiddo. He's a proud dad.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Tonto.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
All right, guys. All right, see you, man. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We obviously let everybody go a little longer initially. So now
something to drink.
Now we're down. Is that Tonto talking?
That's John talking.
I don't know how to do this.
Hey, Tonto. Mutie. Thank you, sir. I could give him a hard time because I know him. We're going to go around one more time and try to stay no more than 45 seconds. So try to get a 30 to 45 second comment or question in, and we're going to call it a night. And I'm going to give the order. So if you guys can remember who you're after, that will save us some time. So see, Tonto just went. Okay, Lucas will be first. Ron, Rockster, Beth, Dave, Debbie, Eric, James, Joseph, Laura, our Brazil girl. I'm not even going to try it. Mandy, Robert, Ron, and of course, that's everybody. And Sue can jump in if she wants to, but if you can remember who you're after, and we'll keep this thing rolling. So, Lucas, you're up.
Yeah, I just wonder. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Lucas. Hi, buddy.
Okay. I just want to show you an oversized poster that was the first time that I met you in Germany in 1991. And this poster of the concert I still have, and it's oversized. And I took it out after 30 years and framed it with an orange frame. And it's as large that I don't know if you can see it, but I want to show it to you. I don't know if you can see it.
That is cool, bud.
It's
yes,
oversized one.
Yes,
and it's one of my favorite items. It's really cool. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's not for sale. Yeah. So it's very large, and
that thing's so big I can see it.
I think I have 20 seconds left. Just want to say I love all of the solo albums, but your first one, The Shake with Dan Huff, and so I really like a lot, and I still have a frame of it.
Oh my gosh.
Because The Shake, sorry for the reflecting, but The Shake is very cool.
Thank you, buddy.
And
Thank
I
you.
also built a little clock of it. That's a Shake clock.
Yes. Those are so cool.
And of course, your Unfit for Swine clock. John
Oh,
Schlitt.
buddy. Oh my gosh.
It's just making fun because if we are at home, it's a little bit boring and we have to do something. Yeah. And the last one, no, not the last one. Of course, we have to collect the Beyond Belief vinyl because
Oh my
it's
gosh.
very cool to have vinyl. And
You know, that's a collector's item, bud.
absolutely, it's not easy to get. And a real collector's item is the Bob Hartman Petra
Oh, yeah.
green guitar with all those cool signings.
Yep.
And of course, with John Schlitt signed it.
Lucas, when did you get that, buddy?
Oh, this is not a secret, but I didn't get it. One time it appeared online and I thought I just need to click on it, no matter what it costed. No, not matter. But someone in the States sold it and I just took it.
No kidding. Good for you.
Yeah.
I love
Absolutely.
that. I think that guitar is cool looking.
Absolutely. Even though I'm not a guitar player, but it's one of the most coolest collector's items.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a good man, bud. Appreciate you.
I could talk for 4 hours, but I don't get on your nerves.
Oh man.
Thank you. Thank you for everything, and very nice to see you again, because the last time was 2005 at Farewell in Germany, December,
Yes.
at the in Epitaph. And this is your last photo I took of you. I don't know if you can see it.
I see it, buddy.
Yeah, and that was
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And this was one of the first times in 1993.
Uh-huh.
And I tried to look like John Schlitt, having the long hair. That is.
Well, you did it. I mean, you we look like twins, bud.
Yeah, but I didn't went on stage.
We
Thank
love
you for
Lucas.
everything.
God bless you, buddy. It's great to talk to you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, we love Lucas. He's one of our regulars. He's great. All right, next up.
Okay, I guess that's going to be me, John.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ron.
So, hey, so John, I just wanted to quickly say I've been going through my archives lately, and I've been finding lots of great pictures of you from back in the day.
Oh, that was me?
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah,
I was a
remember the
good-looking
short hair?
guy back then.
Short hair period.
Yeah.
But actually, that was from the Petra Praise, and I know that you Petra Praise 2, and I think that's a record that you also love just as much as Petra Praise 1, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
And I want to, and I know that you and I have talked a couple of years ago, and I told you that lineup with Pete and Lonnie,
Kevin and Lonnie. Uh-huh.
believe it or not, that's probably my second favorite Petra lineup. I loved you guys.
I tell you what, it was a very hyper exciting band. In fact, it's where I had to learn to stand by the microphone. But it really, before I hardly ever used a mic stand because I was always, running all over the stage. With those guys, I finally had to take a mic stand and set it down, put my mic in and not move. Because every time I start to make a move, somebody would hit me with their guitar because they were moving around so much. So that was the band where I learned how to stand in front of a mic stand.
And I just want to say tomorrow I'm going to be speaking with a good friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, who's got a great podcast, which is Stage Right with John Thorne.
Oh, have you been checking him out?
John and I have been talking quite a bit lately, so I've been kind of doing some stuff with him, and we've kind of been going back and forth. I've given him some stuff for his podcast, and so for anyone who's listening who loves great CCM music, just like what John Helton is doing, John Thorne has a great podcast, Stage Right, where he interviews other great CCM artists. So there's lots of great people out there supporting classic Christian music and newer stuff and as well and everything in between. So I'll tell John that you said hi tomorrow when I speak to him.
Please do, buddy, and tell him we gotta push the fact that I've got a video out from my newest album called Fake News that he did. He's also he's a video fanatic. And he did a video for me off my newest album called Fake News, and he did a great job on it.
Yeah, I saw his really, really well done video. And I just want to say as a final farewell, John. John actually told me that I'll probably maybe I can text you privately later, John, but he said that there's something I need to tell you, that I told him a story, and he says, "Oh man, you got to tell that story to John Schlitt when you talk to him." Kind of like a personal story. So I'll text you later.
You got my number, buddy. Give me a call.
All right, I'll give you a call. And as a farewell, sort of just to end this, I want to just say, I look forward, John, to you, me, and the other 4 guys for this year, because we're going to do Unseen Power, right? Reunion.
If you say so. Absolutely.
You told me at the end of the Beyond Belief interview that you've got some great stories from the Unseen Power era that you love.
Gosh, yes. In fact, from the word go, I mean, before the record was even started to be written, we've got stories for you.
Yeah, so we'll set that up as time goes by. Again, thanks so much. Always a pleasure, and God bless you. And I'll give you a call maybe later tonight or tomorrow, whatever's best for you.
Sounds good, buddy.
Okay.
God bless.
God bless.
Yeah, this has been a pretty heavy show. That's one thing I love doing, is getting just stories from the road and all of that. Maybe we can talk him into coming back and just giving story time or something. But who's up next?
Take much, buddy. Just have Tanya call me.
Oh man, man, ouch.
I'm in good with John Schlitt now.
February 28th has not gotten here yet, John.
See, that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, I know. You better be scared.
I'm already putting up my guards here, kiddo.
I know.
Who's up next?
I don't remember who was up next.
Yeah.
You went pretty fast, so.
Yeah. Well, for you guys listening again, I'm listening to the screen reader read these names to me, so
I'm not sure what list you're going from.
Yeah, let's try this again. If you can remember who you're after. Kimberly's up next.
Okay.
Okay.
She can't talk.
Then we have.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
I'm unmuted.
Oh, maybe she can talk. Oh, yeah, that's Kimberly. Sorry, wrong person.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then we have Beth. So you'll be next. After Beth will be Dave. After Dave will be Debbie. After Debbie will be Eric. Then James after him. Then Joseph. After Joseph is Laura, if she can talk. If not, send another text.
She can't.
And then our friend from Brazil will be after that.
She can't.
Mandy,
she's done. John.
Robert.
John.
And that's it. Yes.
Yep, my husband's not listening to me.
I'm sorry, my screen reader's talking to me.
Yeah, Maylee can't talk because her internet's pretty much gone.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys could try to remember that, and if not, we'll make sure you get in. So.
Kimberly, go ahead.
Okay, I figured out how to raise the hand. So, did you ever get to use your engineering degree besides, I mean, I know I love your music just as much as everyone else. But
Yes, I did. Actually, between my Head East days, which was between Head East and Petra, I was a mining engineer for an oil shell development. Well, for a mining company that developed mines, and I was a project mining engineer, and then I ended up being a cost and scheduling engineer for a company called Frontier Kemper for about 5 years between Head East and Petra. It was a major blessing for me at the time. That's when I thought music was totally out of my life. And when I became a Christian, I was going to just be the best, the best engineer I could be. But God had different plans. And my wife would always say, you know, God doesn't waste. God is not a God of waste. And you're too good of a singer not to be used. And I said, well, it's too late now. I blew it. There's no way God can ever use me. But during that 5 years of basically learning the word, just growing, I was an engineer. And then one day Bob Hartman called me and said, would you consider singing for Petra? And my life changed once again. But yes, that engineering degree actually did come in handy.
okay, thank you.
Thank you thanks for asking. I appreciate it, Kimberly.
And I do like not just the 80s music that came out. I know. I mean, you came out with a lot of great songs on This Means War and All Fired Up, but there's other songs on my playlist that I like too.
Good. I'm glad. Like I said, Petra has been an amazing ministry, and we've had I've been privileged to sing a lot of amazing songs, and I'm so glad that you can use them and you enjoy them, and that they can be uplifting to you.
Well, I'm glad that you're still allowing God to use you, whether it's in engineering or singing. So
thank you, Kimberly. It's great to talk to you and meet you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Kimberly. All right, who's next?
All right, here we are. This is Beth and John. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right.
Go ahead. You want
to talk, John?
We don't have a lot of memorabilia to show because, we travel. So
you go. Just go. Yeah, I did own something, I think. I think I owned an old VHS maybe that I watched once, and I think I didn't bring it with, but very cool.
Was it Beyond Belief, or was it On Fire? Was it, oh shoot, the next one with the windmills?
Unseen Power, I think.
Yes, Unseen Power.
That one.
That one? Okay. So you got the backstage, huh?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, I think so. Every time I see the windmills, I think of that.
John guessed everything I bought at the store in order that I did it, which was weird. I didn't realize I was so such a habit type person, but it was one of those strange things. Yeah, it was. I'm glad you had it, kiddo. I wish you could see the Beyond Belief video. That was a pretty major VHS too.
I think I saw the video on YouTube, the concert, maybe live from Detroit. Maybe I think I saw that one.
Oh, this is actually a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. It will probably be on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably see it there. Listen, you three, it's great to meet you all. Seriously.
Yeah,
you too.
We're staying positive, watching the videos on YouTube. The older ones.
Yeah. Good,
which of course again are timeless.
Timeless.
So, and we listen to other bands, as well, or we're White Heart fans and all the newer. Well, I kind of like a lot of the older stuff, but luckily there's been a surge in good music. It seems like in these recent years.
Absolutely.
So we do listen to a lot, but of course you guys really stand out. You know, so.
Very much.
Thank the whole band, by the way.
I will. I've got a lot to tell them. I've got a lot to tell them after tonight, which is always really cool. They need that kind of encouragement, just as it blesses me. I like to let them know I'm sort of the talker of the band a lot of times. Although Bob has been interviewed before, and I think Johnny has here on this program.
Yep.
But but it's good. It's good to be able to share and tell folks what's on your hearts, and it's very cool.
Well, I always want to share real quick, and I know I don't want to drag it out, but every time I talk to people, I get fired up, man. I really do. And I totally understand where the music comes from. I mean, the fire that just starts burning inside of you, man. It's like one night I had what I would say the Spirit, took over me more than once in my life, and it felt like a warm oil that was filling my heart, and it felt like my heart got about this big. And no kidding, this was in Llano not too long ago, Llano, Texas.
Wow.
And I was just very down in pain. I couldn't sleep, and all these things were happening. And so, of course, I prayed. And, that's where we find him, is when we're at our worst, And I just kept pushing through it. And then I had, just like in Idaho some years ago, the Spirit just completely took over me. And this was, Madeline was still little at that point, and John wasn't around yet. And so he's alive. I mean, he's alive. And it's so hard to explain that to some people, because I really think there's an element with the Spirit that, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, I really feel like the Spirit can intervene and just kind of take over you completely. I don't know what else it would be. And so trying to share that is impossible, it seems like, about what it's really like, but through music maybe, and I think that's where a lot of that comes from,
Remember the first chapters of Acts?
How does it go?
Go ahead. When the Holy Spirit came down on them like flames?
Yeah,
Yes.
and they were speaking in tongues, right? And they were
Exactly.
speaking other languages. Yes.
Yeah.
And what is the scripture where they said, were our hearts not burning as we were walking with him? What scripture
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
oh shoot, that was was that John or Luke? I'm not sure, but yes.
No, but were our hearts not burning within us as we were walking
Yep.
with him?
When the two guys
So-
were walking along, and he came and said, "What are you talking about?"
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. Very cool, my friends. Absolutely.
So it's those things that keep me going, why I still stuck on Twitter and kept pushing and trying to just retweet positive things and scripture also. But I really believe that people want to see something in a person's life, not just scripture. Scripture, of course, we got to stick with scripture. But look, we're making music, we're talking about him, and it's very hard to talk about that element as of course an imperfect person, anyways. But because it can get critical with those things. Well, was that really the Spirit, or was that you, or are you just this, or are you just that? And so I've tried to keep it simple for the last couple of years, and try to make people see that there is more than here. There definitely is more than here. So,
just the fact that you are checking yourself out is a gigantic blessing. Just the fact that you care, whether you're just going nuts or if you're being real, that's fantastic. Please keep that. Please keep that, because that to me is a check and balance system that few people have. Good for you.
Yep.
Trying.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. It's a
Yes.
pleasure to
Love
meet
you
you
guys.
all.
We sure appreciate it, and we'll be back on here another time.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Appreciate you guys joining.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks, guys. Who's up next?
Hey, John, it's Dave again from Louisville, Kentucky.
Did you get the saliva wiped off your face while you had your break?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
Well, John, we've been friends for 40 years, so he can pretty much talk to me how he wants to. Almost 40 years. I was just curious with the album Go. Are you going to be doing that live anytime soon, or
Dave, I want to, because I'll tell you what, it is a live album. I mean, the material on that album, here's be what my dream would be, is to take Go and the Greater Cause and feature those two albums a lot, along with a little bit of Shake and Unfit, of course. And then part of the highlights of Petra, and do a live tour with some of the class musicians that I use studio wise, that would be a dream come true for me. That would be an amazing tour, top quality. And the fact is, I don't know if I'd be able to finance it. You know, I don't know if finances are possible anymore with that kind of setup. But I do want a tour go. I do want a tour go right now because of the COVID thing. It came out officially on February 28th, and that's when the big announcement of COVID really exploded. So it was probably the most unideal time for a record to come out or a CD to come out. So I pretty much just stored it. It's sold, don't be wrong. In fact, it's done pretty well for no advertising, no really major push. But it really is still sort of in that shelf mode where once I get out and start touring it, we'll go and almost start all over again. So yes,
Right.
I would love to tour it. Absolutely.
Well, it's a great album.
Thank
Also,
you.
you said something about, using the Bible verses on your albums. I write poetry, and I'll take a scripture and I'll write poetry off that scripture.
Praise God.
And I don't know, this seems like the scriptures the poetry that I write off those scriptures seems to better, it affects more people. I get more compliments on things like that. So, but I didn't realize you guys did that.
Oh, absolutely. It's really, when you do that, you're really you're giving an opportunity for them to study the word.
Right.
It's a reason to go to the Bible, read that verse, and then try to figure out what you as a poet was trying to say.
Right.
It's a great study lesson. Praise God.
Yeah, man. And I will jump in here on the marriage workshop that I do on Monday nights. Dave actually took our last several weeks of lessons and wrote an incredible poem of all the stuff that he learned through the workshop. And it choked me up, man. I was like, wow. I mean, he was using some of the Greek definitions and putting them in there and some of the verses. And he even put a little inside joke in there, not in its full, but I knew exactly where he was going with it. So he's talented. So yeah, you're right, John. It's a great way to minister, and he definitely does it.
Yes.
Very cool.
He has a book published with poems as well. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's, I think Debbie was supposed to be next, John. Are you finished, Dave, or you got something else?
Yeah, no, I was good. Thank you, John, for taking the time.
David, hey, God bless you, buddy, and God bless your poetry, man. That's so cool.
God bless you as well. And happy birthday, belated birthday to your wife.
Thank you.
I've already been grilled. I've already been grilled. John gave me a grilling the other day for not calling her and singing happy birthday to her, and I've never even met her.
Yeah, right. He would not want you singing happy birthday.
Well, I was giving John a hard time for not singing happy birthday to me because he told me he was going to call me, but he didn't. So he completely forgot me, but that's okay.
Oh, jeez.
So
I don't have a few other people to talk to.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. You're my namesake.
Oh,
Miss Debbie is supposed to be next, and she can't talk. So she wants to know if we will see John and the Jay Sekulow Band appearing sometime soon.
I'm glad she mentioned that. Praise God. It's probably one of the favorite things I do nowadays. We didn't do any new videos this month. So I don't know if Jay is going to do usually what he tries to do is he tries to do a concert at the end of every month. He may still do one at the end of this month. I suggest you tune in to Jay Sekulow and listen, because they're fantastic concerts. They really are. Jay's band is one of the finest bands I've ever been part of, and I've been part of some, as you all know, some amazing bands. And it's a real joy to be able to be part of Jay. In a roundabout way, I'm part of Jay's ministry because the concerts are also, they help fundraise his ministry, and he is a very classy guy. ACLJ is an amazing ministry project that I hope it's growing and needs to. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because hopefully there'll be a concert at the end of this month and at the end of every month. But I don't know if there'll be any new material. In fact, I know for a fact there'll be no new material this month, but possibly next month.
Awesome.
Hey, John, by the way, on a side note, you're trying to cut the costs of a tour, cut the costs of a tour. I know where you can find a blind, cheap drummer. Just saying.
Yeah, like John Nelson
Hey,
doesn't have anything else going on.
thank you, John. Yeah, since you're not that busy, I'll keep you in mind.
Yeah.
Nothing going on.
Yeah.
Next up.
That's me, I believe.
Okay.
John, going back to the albums we were talking about the first time, I don't need to tell anyone here about the stark contrast between the Back to the Streets, This Means War, and their predecessors. So I was wondering, was that a conscious change? Were there songs that were just waiting for a voice like yours? Did your voice take the songs on those albums in that direction? And what accounts for the change?
You are perceptive, buddy. Absolutely, there was a conscious movement to make a totally different change from the last album that Greg did. Was besides the live album, was Beat the System. I loved that record. I thought it was fantastic. In fact, I told Bob, I said, buddy, this is a great record. We need it. He said, well, you listen to it because we're never doing another one like it. I said, really? He said, yes. He wasn't very happy with it. Bob's a rocker. And when he found out that he could get me as a singer, he says, that's great. Then he went out and found producers that he knew they knew how to rock, with John and Dino. So the combination of me, John and Dino, and the direction that Bob wanted to go was what you saw of the next generation of Petra. I think Bob felt like he was losing control of the music direction of the band as it ended with Greg. And he was not going to have, he's a guitar player. He likes the guitar oriented type of music, although we have one of the best keyboard players in America. And so it wasn't like we could ignore John either. So it made for that Petra sound. A lot of heavy duty guitar, amazing keyboards, and a lot of vocals. And that was a formula we took. Heavier vocals. I mean, I do like to rock. Let's face it, my headiest days, I learned how to do it that way, and I just brought it into Petra, and it was the direction that everybody wanted to go.
I'm so thankful it did.
Thanks, buddy, very much. But it's cool. The great question. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
I appreciate you joining, Eric.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Yeah, I'm thankful for that direction too. I'm a rocker at heart too, and just loved it. Just loved that stuff. Thank you so much for doing this today. I'm wondering how Louis doing. I know he's had some health issues. How's he doing?
He's doing okay, buddy. I probably will see him this coming Wednesday. I talked with him recently, and he said he's doing fine. He's doing fine. It rocked his boat a little bit. He was out in his backyard doing something. All of a sudden, he wasn't feeling real good, and went to the hospital, and they said, "Oh, bud, you got some serious stuff going on." But they got it in a good time.
Good.
He wanted to get out the next day, and said, "Nope, you're not doing that for a while." But he's doing fine. I'll probably get to talk with him Wednesday. We have a thing I call it the old guys luncheon that we have once a month. And Louis likes to be part of that. And whenever I get a chance to, I'm there. So I think this Wednesday I'm going to be able to do it. So I'll probably see him then. I'll tell him you asked about it.
Yeah, for sure. As a young drummer at the time, it was nice to have some Christian influence in what I was playing and what I was learning, and he was one of the best. So.
Oh yeah, still is an amazing drummer. I don't know. Like I said, I want to talk to him Wednesday. I didn't know if this medical thing is going to slow him down or not. I hope it doesn't. He's one of the better drummers in the country.
My goodness, his hand speed is unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it. It's been nice to meet you and chat with you, and thank you very much for everything you've done.
Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you, James. Thank you too, bud.
You're welcome.
That's a little tidbit of information for you, John. I've played Louis' drums and he's played mine. Just kind of a cool little worthless piece of information I like to tell people.
Gee,
It's a
thanks, John.
long story. Yeah, but that's
Not getting into it. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Okay, thank you for telling me.
You're welcome.
How'd you play that kid? He plays open-handed, right? So
do what?
Louis plays open-handed, right? So how did you play on that, John? You play open-handed as well, or?
No, I mean I've actually played his drum kit and he's played mine.
Yeah, but he plays an open-handed.
Oh, I don't know. It was so long ago. All I remember is that his drums were set up in his bathroom in his basement. That's all I can tell you.
Gotta do something while you're in there, I guess.
Yeah.
There goes all the mystique right there.
Yeah.
Playing his drums in his bathroom. Oh,
yeah. Okay. All right. Next up.
Not sure who came up.
Yeah. And John, we do appreciate you sticking around. We know we've gone way over, but.
Okay, John, you have to look at your list, or somebody can just pipe in whatever.
So we still got a ton of people in here. Let's see. Let's see. Was that James that just spoke or Eric?
James.
Okay. James, did you say what you needed to say, or did I cut you off?
No, he's good. He's good.
Okay, all right.
Thanks so much. Thanks for doing this, John.
Oh, yeah, not a problem, man. Appreciate
Are
you
you
joining
next,
in.
Joseph?
Yeah, Joseph is next then.
Okay,
Hi again, John. Just want to tell you, I've been friends with John Elefanti for years and years and years. So I'm definitely looking forward to the show with the both of you, because I've heard from John Helton horror stories, to say the very least.
Horror stories.
I'm definitely looking forward to that show. But I also want to share with you, if John Helton will share with you my number and my email address, I'd love a chance to talk to you on a solo note and just find out if you've got anything in the works cooking perhaps with Petra again or not.
Joseph, I couldn't hear you, buddy.
No, you have some kind of noise going on.
Joseph, that same thing is happening again. He basically just wanted to asking about, I think he said, because of the back feed or whatever that is, about solo. Is that right, Joseph? You asked him about a solo?
No, I wanted to know if he has something going on in the works with Petra or not.
Oh, do you have anything going on with Petra or not currently?
Actually, we have, Petra officially retired in 2005, 2006, but we also left ourselves open for in case, and we actually have something coming up in November of this year where Petra we're part of a tour, a Holy Land tour, and Bob and I are going to be a host of it. And at the end of it, Petra is going to play at Petra.
Oh,
and
that's
so
right.
because of that, we decided, well, maybe we should do a couple more shows to make sure we're in shape because that will be a highlight. Petra playing at the Petra, at the city of Petra is going to be a major deal. And because of that, I think we're playing in Scandinavia in October. We may be doing another show that someone's talking to me about in October. So we haven't disappeared, Joseph. We just haven't, we don't go out and tour that much because everybody is doing so many other things. Johnny's producing, Bob is retired, working with churches. Oh my gosh. It's hard to get us together. But for that purpose, it's probably going to be a good reason to maybe get it back together for at least the end of the year when we're not afraid to wear a mask every time we open the door. So if that happens, if the COVID thing starts to die away, it's very possible that the Petra thing may go for a little while longer.
Very cool.
Thank you for asking, Joseph.
Yeah. All right. Then now, Laura, I don't think we heard from her, but Tanya
No, she can't.
doesn't have a microphone, maybe?
No, I don't think I've got any more messages from her.
Okay. Well, Laura, if you want to ask anything else, send that on the chat. And then we have, I think, 2 to 3 more.
We have
I just had them.
Mandy.
Yes, Mandy. Then Robert, you're up after Mandy.
You're still muted, Mandy. Oh, you're muted. Can't.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
I read somewhere where "Don't Let Your Heart Be Hardened" was written specifically for you. And I think that was amazing that Bob saw such an innocence and such a sincerity in you that he was like, don't let your heart get hardened. I really liked your performances with the Neil Morris Band. Someone once posted, he still got it, because you were just such a performer. And
you know,
solo albums are great. Thank you for what you do, and for being a household name for many families.
You're a sweetie. I appreciate you saying that. I can see it's coming from your heart. I appreciate it very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mandy, for coming back.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah. Hope we see you tomorrow night too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Mandy joined us on our marriage workshop. She's gonna do it again, I hope. So did you have anything else, Mandy?
I think that's it.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. You guys have a great night.
Thanks, you too, Mandy.
You too.
All right, Robert, you're up, buddy.
Okay, thanks. I don't have much to say. It's been great privilege to meet you, John. It's sort of like a teenage dream comes true in my voice.
Me too, Robert.
If I knew I'd be chatting with you one day, I wouldn't believe it. So it's been really a fun thing to meet you tonight. And hope to catch you on the 28th too.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Tell you, Robert, you're a blessing. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yep.
You're a blessing. It's cool to hear what you have to say, and you got a heart that just lets it flow. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Yes, sir. Well, we are about to close this out. Sue, do you want to tattletale on John about anything? If so, here is your chance.
Oh my, I can tell you all
You
kinds
don't
of
have the
stories.
time.
I can go on and on and on. Honestly, though, I will just say one thing, and I'll make it really nice. A lot of times what you see on stage with some performers is not what you see backstage.
Yes, sir.
Or in private.
Yep.
And I've known John for a long time, and I can honestly say that what you see on stage, what you see after the concerts with him is the real deal. You know, he's not faking it. He's not putting on a show or just trying to be nice for the public, and he's a crab when he gets home. No. What you see is the real person. And it's been a real privilege for me to be working with him for all these years. I really love it.
Kiddo, thank you. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything smart. Thank you.
Well, I can vouch for that. Sue.
Thank you. You're a sweetie. I appreciate you, kiddo.
Yeah.
She's been with me through the ups and downs. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's that behind the scenes person that makes you go that nobody sees.
Amen. Yeah. She sees all the warts and the downtimes.
Sorry. I do have a message from somebody that did not get to come on. Brian Bailey was going to come on. His brother Kevin that had cancer, he did pass away.
Okay.
And he wanted to let you know, but he couldn't come on. He was on call tonight. He passed away quite a few weeks ago. Maybe it's been a month now.
Yeah, it was right before Christmas, like late November, I think.
Yeah, it was before Christmas. So anyway, he wanted to send a message to you that he appreciates you and he thinks the world of you. And let's see where else he said. but he said to remind you that his niece Cassie records with Billy Smiley. He knows we always, we're always together, and ask him to pray for you. He said to continue to pray for the family because they're struggling with losing him. But they loved you all so much and loved traveling to see you all. So he hated to miss it, but he did want to let you know what was going on.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Cassie actually opened up for you guys here in town. So,
yeah.
And I got to tell Kevin that I was going to have her do that on his birthday.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yep.
So, all right, everybody.
I think we got everybody. Yep.
Yeah. Well, again, if you guys don't mind, go check out my website, www.theblindfury.com, and keep up with all the shows. John, buddy, thanks for hanging in there with us a lot longer.
Yes, thank you so much.
This is just hanging out with friends, guys. This is not a big deal.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
we appreciate it.
This is not torture. This is just just having fun.
Tanya, do you have one last thing you'd like to say to him before we go?
I was wondering if you were going to give me a chance, but well, I kind of told you when I met you that you've been a huge blessing in my life, and during my teenage years, just crazy how much the Beyond Belief helped me through those hard times and probably saved my life. But the new music, I'm loving the new stuff, and I'm going to be listening to some more of that. I'm a creature of habit, and it's on the same playlist sometimes, so I've got to change that and make sure I get that new music in there. But I appreciate you. I'm so glad I got to meet you. I'm glad my brother had to hang up earlier, but I'm glad he got to say hi to you. He's probably on cloud 9 right now, but I appreciate you very much.
Same here. Thanks for putting up with John.
Yes, I need a medal for that.
He thinks a lot of you, kiddo. You don't know how much he called me and bugged me.
He was so worried.
I mean, before we were married, he was bugging me about it.
No, I know.
Yes.
I like her a little bit.
Yes.
And I didn't want to be all starstruck. It's like, when somebody makes an impact on your life, it's totally different than. He said I went a little starstruck when I saw you at Missouri. I was like, but I had a moment.
Well,
what I was hoping that as time went on on the concert, do you realize that we're just friends? I mean, that we're all part of the same family.
That's right.
And I wanted you to see
it
that.
was awesome.
Good.
Yeah. She was still shaking after a few minutes. It was a pretty neat moment for me to see her that happy and excited, because that's what I love to do for her, and that's what I try to
You're a good
teach.
husband, buddy. You're a good husband.
Well, I try to be, and I
Maybe
appreciate
that's why you guys have that ministry. Come on.
trying to teach. I'm actually putting a men's program together that encourages men to follow God's plan to be a husband, and it's called Godly Strong for men. And too many men want to be macho strong instead of godly strong, but it takes a real man to be godly strong. So I'm putting together an 8-week course for that, and being a certified relationship coach, I try to incorporate that into it and help wherever I can. So I'm passionate about the relationship thing. So, but man, so good having you. I'm taking you up on the I will come back. It's not hard to get me in here thing that you said. It is on recording. You cannot back out now.
Yeah. I knew when I said it, that meant I was going to be back soon.
That's exactly what it means.
Well, listen, if you can put a bunch of friends like this together, this is very cool.
Well, thank you.
You're my friend. Tanya's my better friend, but but it's nice. It's nice just to be able to share the evening. Praise God.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you, John, and we will hopefully everything stays the same. And February 28th will be a night that nobody will forget.
And tell your wife thank you.
I think he's hinting me.
I think he's hinting you that you
was a
might
hint
forget.
at me.
You know how many phone calls you're going to get that week?
I know. Oh gosh, texts, phone calls, emails. Oh, I can tell it. I can see it right now.
You know
tell your
what?
wife thank you. Yes, that she let you come in and hang out with us. So
Maybe we can meet her next time to make sure there actually is a wife.
These
that
relentless.
hurts.
I've never seen her. Wink, wink.
Ask Sue. Don't I have an amazing wife? Come on.
I'm going to mute Sue so she can't answer that.
I've met her. I've seen her many times. She does exist. Yes.
Okay, well, you know, we're just curious. We didn't know if that was a facade, so.
You character. Okay, well, I have to go, my friends.
Yes, sir.
Good night. Have a good one.
Thank you, John.
God bless
Everybody,
y'all.
thanks for joining us. Hope we see you next week when we have Doug Van Pelt from Heaven's Metal. So, John Schlitt, thank you, sir. Great having you, buddy.
Oh, a good bunch of people. Thank you, everybody.
God bless you,
God
John.
bless you all.
Thank you.